How do we make hard work feel good? So last week, me and my brother woke up and decided to take a walk. So we made it to the edge of town and said, you know what, let's go a bit further. So we kept going further, but we didn't stop there. Just kept going further and further and further until 16 hours later, we finally reached the point where we couldn't go any further. We'd literally walked 50 miles in one direction until we'd reached the ocean. And only then we decided to go home. So why did we go on this huge walk? What was the point in it? There wasn't one. We just like doing hard things. You see, over time we've conditioned ourselves to enjoy doing these extremely physically and cognitively demanding challenges. Of course, it wasn't always like that. I never used to do things unless I felt motivated. That's the reason I would lie in bed every morning for hours, because I didn't feel like I had a reason to get up. But now this love of hard things is transferable to all other areas of my life. It allows me to concentrate fully on getting the most high quality work done, on building my dream body, and on smashing every single one of my other goals. Maybe you clicked on this video for some miracle productivity hack, because a lot of these other YouTubers would have you believe that there is some simple miracle cure that's going to turn a chronically distracted person into someone who can full on grind 24/7. And of course the secret is in their $100 course, link in the description. But I'm not going to feed you bullshit, and I'm not going to make you pay any money. I'm going to give away this advice for free, because I've tried all of the productivity advice out there, literally all of it, but none of it is as effective as what I'm about to tell you. To do hard things and to enjoy them, we need to take a holistic approach. Have you ever heard of the term, a healthy mind is a healthy body? That's the philosophy that we need to embody. And the best way to make effort feel effortless is to optimize your testosterone. Now, testosterone is kind of a hot topic in self-improvement, and a lot of people think of it from a muscle building perspective. Because obviously people with high T levels can recover quicker between workouts, they find it easier to gain muscle and lose fat. But honestly, I don't think these people think of testosterone broadly enough. Because beyond that, testosterone has loads of neurological and psychological benefits that we don't even think about. We know that essentially the purpose of testosterone is to help us reproduce. So beyond things that directly contribute to that, like a raised sex drive, just an increased desire to have sex, it also encourages us to seek out things that will make us a more attractive partner to someone else. Things that improve our status, our perceived value, whether that's being the strongest person in the room, the smartest, or the wealthiest. Testosterone drives hard work, and when channeled in the right way, it can be this incredible force for good. A lot of things we have today in society are as a result of men competing for that status, because testosterone encourages ambition, excellence, and productivity in things like science, art, and philosophy. So literally everything that has built our civilization into what it is today. Now, on the other hand, it also has a lot of destructive potential, because when you think about it, it can lead entire nations to engage in all-out war and savagery. Sometimes when testosterone is repressed or not channeled in the right way, it can lead to some pretty unspeakable things happening. But basically what I'm trying to convince you is that with high testosterone, you have virtually unlimited potential. You can do anything that you set your mind to. Now, obviously testosterone is more of a man's hormone. It has a higher prevalence in men, particularly in young men. But for the past 30 or 40 years, testosterone has been dropping every single year. And one of the main reasons for that is just poor lifestyle choices. Young men, just like you and me, are killing their testosterone. They're sitting around living these sedentary lifestyles, fapping all day, watching porn, eating shit food. And then these are the same guys who wonder why they're depressed, who wonder why they don't feel like doing anything with their time. And at the extreme end, the same guys who are acting out against society in violent ways. This is supposed to be the age where we feel like we can take over the world, so I don't understand how we can just waste our testosterone like this. Think about these billionaires, guys like Jeff Bezos, who have reached the point where their bodies aren't producing as much testosterone. These guys are all going on testosterone replacement therapy because they recognize how much of an asset this hormone is to them. They can see how much of a part it's played in creating this wealth that surrounds them. This is what I'm trying to drill into your mind right now, trying to make you understand just how important this hormone is in constructing our dream life. So I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. How do we stop our testosterone levels from plummeting any further and get back to living the right way? It's not as difficult as you would think. It's just going to take some discipline and a few adjustments to your current routine. So the three main pillars of testosterone are sleep, exercise, and diet. this is something that's been documented for a very long time. So first of all, sleep, which is probably the most important thing because the majority of our testosterone production happens when we're asleep. Come to think of it, it's probably the thing that is tanking most guys' testosterone. Because you know all these guys who claim to be depressed, who eventually end up going on medication. Bear in mind, I was one of them. But so many of these guys aren't getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep a night. So many of them are just staying up late on technology, going to bed at like 4 a.m. They'll have the most inconsistent, fucked up sleep schedule ever, and then they'll wonder why they hate themselves. Developing a good, consistent sleep schedule, waking up and going to bed at roughly the same time each day and night, will make a huge difference to your quality of life, I promise you. When you wake up and you actually feel well rested, it makes such a difference to your life. It's gonna make everything seem so much more pleasurable, and naturally you will have motivation to do the hard things. So start this as soon as possible and then come and thank me later. So next we have exercise, and in terms of boosting your testosterone, weightlifting is gonna be your best option. Especially the compound exercises. I'm talking squat, bench, deadlift, pull-ups, overhead press, all of that. And the reason for that is that these exercises engage multiple muscle groups at the same time, so they're releasing more testosterone overall. So that's like the opposite of isolation exercises like bicep curls. And to me, this is honestly a way more fun style of training. Like, there's nothing I hate more than spending hours in the gym just doing 10 exercises for arms. I'd rather just work hard on the compound exercises where I'm training multiple muscle groups at the same time and spend like an hour in the gym. And of course, the act of doing these exercises, these hard exercises, is going to improve your relationship with doing the hard stuff. Obviously, you're going to be progressing and getting stronger over time, which feels good on its own. But then if you're doing it consistently enough, your body will reward you with that testosterone that you're seeking. So finally, diet, which is something that a lot of people struggle with. I'd say about 40% of people in the West have some form of junk food addiction. These companies are adding so much sugar and crap into our food just to improve the flavor and keep you coming back. But it's absolutely fucking up your body. Fast food and most supermarket products are fucking so processed. They're literally designed and engineered. They go through so many industrial processes to get it to where they are now. And that is the opposite of what you want to be putting in your body if your goal is to raise your testosterone. The best thing for that is switching to a diet of mostly whole foods. So nothing with a really long list of ingredients, just things with like singular ingredients. Steak, eggs, fish, nuts, butter, alongside fresh fruit and vegetables will pretty much cover all your dietary bases. These things are all highly nutritious and have all the right things to improve your testosterone. Oh, and stop drinking alcohol because it is absolutely tanking your testosterone. Really, the only thing you should be drinking is water. I could honestly be making a whole video on each of these 3 things, but I decided to kind of cover all of them briefly to give you the most information in a short format. But honestly, if you implement these things and you stick to them, if you're disciplined, then you will start to notice an immediate change in the way you feel. Your appetite for work and the standard that you have for yourself, what you think you're actually capable of achieving, is going to go so much higher. Like I said, as a young man, you should be feeling like each and every day you can take on the world. Like, the world is yours. And that's the type of result that I want every single young man to feel. That's all from me today. Stay sharp, stay ahead. I'm out.